Hello. Now you have become a big and smart. You have to start writing. Now you are using crayon for coloring. But you have to say bye crayon. You have to use crayon for coloring. But for writing, you have to use pencil. You have to use pencil. So you have to hold pencil properly. You have to hold properly. And you have to use your notebook for writing. Before writing in your notebook, move your finger and practice with me. So let's do practice of alphabet F. This is letter F. F. F phonic sound is F. F. F says F. F says F. Let's do practice with pictures and start moving your fingers. Are you ready? So let's start. Put your finger on the letter F. Make one standing line. Top line touch. You have to make one sleeping line. And center of standing line, you have to make one more sleeping line. This is letter F. F for flag. F for flag. F says F. F says F. So let's start again. Move your finger. Make one standing line. Very good. Top line touch. One make sleeping line. One more sleeping line. F. F for flower. F for flower. F says F. F says F. Start moving your finger. Make one standing line. Top line touch, one make sleeping line. Again center of the line you have to make one sleeping line. F. F for feather. F for feather. F says F. F says F. Start moving your finger. Very good. Make one more sleeping line. Very good. Sleeping line. F for face. F for face. F says F. F says F. Start moving your finger. First you have to make standing line. Top line touch one sleeping line. And center of the standing line one more sleeping line. F. F for fairy. F for fairy. F says F. F says F. Very good. Start moving your finger. Very good. Now you know. One makes standing line, one sleeping line and two sleeping line. F. F for fox. F for fox. F says F. F says F. 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 Very good. Make one standing line and two sleeping line. F. F for fish. F for fish. F says F. F says F. Now you understand how to make F. Very good. Sleeping line. Very nice. F for football. F for football. F says F. F says F. Again start moving your finger. Very good. Do practice again and again. Then only you will learn. Very good. Standing line. One sleeping line. Two sleeping line. F for falcon. F for falcon. F says F. F says F. Very good. Again you have to make one standing line. Top line touch sleeping line. Center of the line you have to make one more sleeping line. F. This is letter F. F for fly. F for fly. F says F. F says F. F. Standing line. Sleeping line. One more sleeping line. F for frog. F for frog. F says F. F says F. F is a phonic sound. Start moving your finger. Very good. Standing line. Sleeping line. One more sleeping line. F for frog. F for frog. F says for. F says for. You say also and do writing practice also with phonic sound. Standing line. Sleeping line. One more sleeping line. F for fan. F for fan. F says for. F says for. You have to learn phonic sound. For. F. One. Make standing line. Do practice also and say also with phonic sound. F for fire. F for fire. F says for. For. For is a phonic sound. Again one standing line. Sleeping line. Sleeping line. F for fence. F for fence. F says for. Start moving your finger and do practice again and again. Then only you will learn. Standing line. Sleeping line. One more sleeping line. F for fruits. F for fruits. F says for. F says for. Again start moving your finger. See, he was showing finger. F for finger. Yes, standing line. Sleeping line. Sleeping line. F for finger. F says for. F for flask. Very good. Standing line. Sleeping line. Sleeping line. Your writing practice also and learning also. F for flask. Very good. Like this you have to do practice. F for flute. F says for. Move your finger. Very nice. Do practice again and again. F for fork. Standing line. Sleeping line. One more sleeping line. F for fork. Fork. F says for. F for foot. Very good. Now you do practice again and again. Then you learn. F for foot. F says for. F for fig. Standing line. Top line touch sleeping line. One more sleeping line. F says for. F for fig. F for fire engine. Move your finger. Make one standing line. One sleeping line. Two sleeping line. F for fire engine. F says for. Bye. Thank you. Like and subscribe the channel.